going to continue with our designing and setting up a way to filter. I'm not even sure how to put this. Filter the nuclear substance that we get. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna need, let's see, I'm gonna need like some of these, and I'm gonna need some of, I don't need that yet. Whatever, can't get rid of it. Need some belts, yeah, got it. Need some of those, and some of those. And I need some more of those. A lot more of those. Maybe some of these. Maybe some of those. These. Yeah, whatever. Fine. We're good. Whoops. Not right. That was not the right thing I meant to do. Okay. So. I don't even know where to begin. Okay. We're going to begin by getting some infinity chests. Right? What was it? It was like, no. It was, take this, do that. Alright, it's like 3 or something like that, I think. What the heck is this? Express loader? What? What is... I'm not even sure what that is. Anyway. I'm tempted, like, how do you use it? Airplanes? Planes? Dude. There's planes now? Oh. I wonder how this works. I want to know. Okay. Compilation. An unopened chest. Use an inserter to put items into it. An openable chest. Dude, what the heck? What are some of these things? Okay. Totally not going to get distracted by all the cool things. Railgun. Okay, no. No. Not yet, anyway. What the? Okay. Nope. We are going to... What are we going to do? We are looking at... I already forgot. Why? Why do I forget things? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. These things. Uranium. Sweet. So, get those. Get that. Perfect. So now we just get some stuff going like that. Sure, we'll go this direction. Alright, this is going to simulate us having a full line of uranium ore. Okay, so I kind of know what I want to do. Okay, so we need to turn the uranium ore into, let's see, this is called, what's it called? And I think it's into 235 into 238. So I think this is a 238 and this is a 235? No, 35 and 38. And that's the first thing we need to do. So this one takes 10 uranium ore every 12 seconds. Can I please look at this? No. Okay, there are items in the game, so how do I... What? Question mark? Anyway, one's called one. I think the brighter one is 235, and the other one is not. Okay, so this does every 12 seconds. So if I wanted one every second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Kind of thinking something like a line of 24. If I remember KOS right, like she does beacons between these. All right. So you would do something like this and like that. All right, actually, you know what? I'm gonna time lapse this, and I'll see you guys in just a couple of minutes. Okay guys, so it's looking like this will work. These stop running every now and again, so if we have more than a full belt, what we can do is actually have the second belt like come around here and like loop in somewhere over here, and then that I think will lock things up and we'll be fine. In terms of uranium, we have loads of uranium, although it doesn't matter. Anyway, so we're getting plenty of this stuff. That's great. I'm actually going to cut it off right now. Let this thing kind of run out, and then we'll talk about the next part. So I'll be back in just a bit. Okay, guys. So next up is to take basically the 235 and the 238 and enrich it. So ultimately what happens is that we need to create these fuel cells, right? And the fuel cells take 1 of the uranium-235 and 19 of the uranium-238. It seems like a lot. Actually, it is kind of a lot, but it's not that bad of a process. So what we want to do is we want to kind of enrich it. So basically right now, what happens is when we process this ore, we have a 0.7% chance to get uranium-235 and a 99, I guess, 0.3% chance to get uranium-238. And the way this works is that we need basically, what does it say? We need basically 20 times as much uranium-238, which this seems like it would do, but it doesn't. It does almost 100 times the 238 over the 235. So we need to reduce that down. We need to get it so that we have way more of the 235s. And I think that's by like we need even over 5 times as much, maybe 6 or 7 times as much. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to do this Kovarex process. So it takes in 41 of the uranium-235 and it spits, or no, it takes in 40 uranium-235 and it spits out 41. Now it also takes in 5 uranium-238 and spits out 2. That's okay. The reason it does this is because once we get 40 uranium-235, we have one machine working all the time on making this uranium-235, because once it has 40, actually technically 80, once it has enough, it'll just keep cycling through it, and then we can take anything extra off of it. So basically, it'll be constantly producing uranium-235, and we won't have to worry about it anymore. I don't know if that makes any sense. Basically, what happens is in the very beginning, we get very little, but once we get it going, we'll have an infinite supply. That's kind of where I'm going with that. We will have an infinite supply, and we don't actually need terribly much of it to make these fuel cells, and then the fuel cells will power our nuclear reactors, and those burn forever. Like, I think 1 every 200 seconds. So we'll be creating these 1 a second, really? Probably not that often, but we'll be creating them more often than 1 every 200 seconds. So we'll back up eventually, and everything will be fine, and we'll have plenty of power for our entire base. Basically, is what I'm saying. The problem is getting started. So I admit I was watching more Catherine of Sky videos because I had no idea how nuclear power worked. And I really wanted to know so I could teach you guys. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to basically take this, the results of this, and we're going to put it into another kind of system. And I'm kind of wondering where I want to do that. For now, we're just going to lay it horizontally, I guess. So let's start with 1. All right. So we're going to do this Covarex, what is it? Covarex. Okay, this kind of sounds like a dinosaur. Enrichment process. So we're going to take this Covarex enrichment process. We need to pull in separately 235 and uranium-238. And we need to recycle everything in on itself until it becomes that infinite loop that we need it to be, because the last thing we need to do is put in 40, get out 41, and out 41 go on a belt elsewhere, and then we have to start that process over again. So we need that 40 looping in on itself. Now I'm going to start off, alright, I'm going to start off with KOS's design a little bit. Actually, we don't want it to be a passive provider type thing. We want it just to be a normal, or actually I think I'm going to go steel chest. Maybe. Nah, we can do passive provider. It's fine. It's fine. Nothing in their network is going to be requesting this stuff. It's fine. We're not actually creating steel chest. That's why I need to use these things. Alright, so it's going to produce a, let's see, 41, wow, that's a lot, uranium-235, and it's going to produce 2 uranium-238. So this actually just needs to be 235. So in reality, we actually need this to be, let's see, we're going to do a filter. Come on now. Filter, stack, inserter, and that's going to only take this uranium-235. We're whitelisting it, that's fine. And it's going to put that in here. Okay? So then we would like, actually what we need is like just, probably we could even use a regular inserter. I just use the speedy ones, it's fine. And we're going to connect that to that. So now let's think about this. Every time this puts into this chest, right, it's going to put in 41. And we really want, out of that, we only want 1 to come out of this, right? But if we think about it even more simply than that, let's see, how much does this stack? Can I just put that in my inventory? Yo, I don't, wow. What? Game? Creative game. You're not gonna let me, I can't just put uranium 235 into my inventory to see how much it stacks. Really? Really? That kind of sucks. Alright, anyway. I was kind of hoping... Okay. We're going to set that to there for now. Basically, when this chest... Alright. Actually, I think I set this up a little backwards. Never mind. So something like that. Then we need a stack inserter going this way and then back that way. That'll be taking the 40 and putting it back in here. Now I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna need another one of these. Just put it right there or something. Okay. So that we're gonna have like, we're gonna put this belt here just to represent that it's going on a belt. And we're gonna take this and put it there. And this, so what I'm thinking is we should have, let's see, it'll fill up with 80, right? And okay. So basically when this has less than, I don't know, less than 80 in it? No. Because I don't want it to take out unless... Something really low, actually. So if it has less than... I don't know. I think, if I remember right, KOS had something to the effect of less than 4? I'm just going to do that. So... less than 4. So this thing will be enabled when there is less than 4 of this material in here. Right? So it'll take it out here. There'll be basically 12 at a time in here. And when it gets all done, we're going to look for 4 and then it's going to put it on this belt right here. Okay. I think. I think that's right. Okay. And really, so in theory, that belt would go off to the reactor and we'd be fine because it would constantly produce things. But as you saw, this thing takes 60 seconds to produce. Even with speed modules and stuff, that's pretty much only going to get cut in half, maybe a little less, but still, like, once every 30 seconds. I don't think that's enough to create a lot of this stuff. And that's basically what we want. We want a lot of this stuff so it backs up, and then, like, we can get it on demand whenever we want it. So what we really want to do is kind of feed this back into the system, so that, like, we have we constantly have some of this green goop coming back into the system to feed more of these guys. I'm hoping I'm explaining that right. Let's see, so like this would be a good example. So we could like take that guy, do that, do that. Ooh, I don't know if you'd want to do that at first, actually. No. I almost feel like you would want, let's see, to copy. Finally figured out this is just a copy button. It doesn't create an extra blueprint. It's kind of nice. So like if I did that, it's more chests, but we got plenty. Okay. So that took the circuit conditions and everything. Alright, so we need to figure out an input for this thing. Alright, I'll tell you what. Yeah, no, let's do input for this. Maybe over here, right? So it would be taking... I kind of feel like it should take it straight into this chest. Normally I would take it into here, but the chest will be circling stuff through. No, that's flawed. Flawed thinking, never mind. So we really just need it to insert off of there. And then, yeah, that means it will be isolated to itself. And once it gets going, it will no longer pick up anything because it will be cycling within itself. Meaning we actually need one over here. So this line needs to actually kind of go down the line. I don't know how many of these I want. Let's see if I paste. Nope. Let's see. I'm just kind of thinking, like, I don't, if I want, I'm just, oh, it's so, what the heck? Okay. Sorry, there was something left over from something else. Alright. I almost drug that. That would be bad. Okay. Alright. Something like this. And each one has its own loop. It's fine and dandy. Really? Why can't I pick that? Okay. Super weird. Alright. Let's just get that going. Okay. Realistically, this would just drop on this line. This guy would be dropping on that line. No, that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 10 of these running at one time? Sure. That'll be one every 6 seconds or so. Okay. Now it's part of this is that I would like some beacons around it just to make it go faster. I could put them out here. Right? Like, the only thing we need circling is these guys, because I think the dark green stuff will be fine. Okay. We'll figure it out. Complete logistics in a little bit. Hey, there's stuff on the line still. Bloop. Okay. Man, this is really, really complicated. Okay, I'm going to do some more time-lapsing, and then we'll be back in a minute. Okay, guys, so I'm not totally sure about this system, but we'll give it a go. My fear is that the uranium-238 will back up like here because there'll be so much of it. And then that will stop the process for the 235 to come in. Like, if this backs up here, that might be an issue. Not really sure how to fix that, other than maybe like a bunch of storage, but that's just delaying the problem. We're going to basically test this out, see how it works. And I'm going to try to time-lapse maybe some of that and see if we can get some stuff going. But this is the second module, so I'll probably just copy this by itself and copy this by itself, and then copy even like the filter by itself, just so like depending on our situation we can rotate things around and all that stuff. Basically the idea here is that all this stuff is now moving in to the right, and it'll come back onto the belt. The uranium-238 will come on the left side / the bottom side of the belt, and the 235 will come onto the top side of the belt, and kind of recycle itself through until it gets to the end, until there's too much of it, and then it'll go into this chest. And in theory, at that point, there should be like a lot of this going out and coming through and all that stuff. We'll see. Like I said, I'm gonna just reconnect this stuff up here and see how things go. And I'll see you guys in just a bit. Okay guys, so it seems that I had needed to make a few improvements. I'm not sure of how much of that I actually showed. So basically, one of my fears came true. When this was going in here, it backed up to the point that this stopped working, and that's bad. So what I did is I just rerouted it. I mean, technically I should reroute it there. Anyway, to go back into this line so it can go into storage. Eventually what I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do is back this up as well, at least until these things get done. Now, something else I did is that I manually went in here like this, and I filled it up to 40 again. So like after this I'll have 20, and then I would go over here and just like pop it into another machine. That way like we can get more and more and more of them running sooner. So like this one has 21 right now. That's not good. So I'm not gonna take anything of that. That one has 55. So I'll take some of that, and they'll just keep going. Another thing I did is I added a bunch of these beacons to make these things faster. And I could go through and actually add. Actually, I might even do that. Well, let's see. Hold on. Can I add? Now, do I want productivity modules? I don't think I do. I think the productivity stuff is fine. What I really want is the speed modules. And I think if I just go through here and add these, they'll go even faster. And maybe eventually this doesn't matter, but it does take forever. This is about an hour's worth of work. Like I said, I didn't have the beacons originally, and now I do, and now I've got like 3 running by manually like going down and popping them in. I'm thinking this thing will have to be expandable in that we need more chests, especially on this side. Like, I don't even think we need to expand this side. I don't think we'll ever back up that much, but we do definitely on the uranium-238 side. We need more storage, just so these keep running for a time. Well, or do we want them to keep running? Because eventually, like I said, these things are going to loop themselves. These are just helping out kind of right now. It helps to get started with this, but ultimately, like, this should run itself until all of these are working fantastically. And these are supposed to take a minute, and they probably take I don't know, 10 or 15 seconds now. So they're working really overtime. And I changed these guys, the circuit conditions, to over 13, because when I did under 4, they would still, it was like it didn't register fast enough, and these guys took out of the box even though there was over 4 in there. So like they took it out before it could go under. I think what's happening is that basically this guy puts in 12, this guy takes out 12, and in that same time this guy puts, so like this thing activates and like erroneously puts 1 on the belt. I don't know. Anyway, they move stacks of 12 at this point, and I think that's all the research they can do. So they can move 12, so I move this to over 13, thinking that basically this thing is, they're only ever going to have 12 in there until it backs up completely, and then it'll just go down the line. That's fine by me. Right now, we're looking at 63 right here. So, oh crap! I did too many. Whatever, it's fine. This one. So now this one will start running and doing its own loop. And you can basically repeat that process down the line until you have them all running. Otherwise, it could take a very long time just to get things up and running. The irony of this is probably taking up a lot of power. And it's to create a lot of power. So, whatever. So I think this is going to work. It's just going to take forever for it to get up and running. Yeah, so this will go in here, at least for now. Like I said, when it gets to the end of the line, it just pops them in there. We could do a requester chest on the next part, but I really would like just to do it with belts. So this will probably turn into a belt. That might go into a chest, or it might go into this chest and then out and then onto a belt that feeds the next part, which will be to make these guys. And I believe you don't need this stuff. I think you just, you don't need the these guys, the centrifuges for that. You just need uranium fuels, or no, you just need the assemblers. So I should have, yeah, I have some. So I'm curious, like, how many I would need. All right. So in theory, I have 10 of these. We'll say, let's see, let's time it real quick. Let's wait for this one to get done. And go. Okay. So that's like 41 seconds. Definitely over 10, but it's not going to be 20. So that was like 12 or 13 seconds. So every 13, we'll say, yeah, 13 seconds, we'll get one of these guys. And with, where's this thing? Okay, let me just, actually, see, something like that. Let's do this. Let's do the fuel cell. So every 13 seconds, but this actually runs faster than that. It runs at 1.25, which for 10 seconds, wait, no, it's a little under 10 seconds. Oh, of course it is. So 10 seconds, we need 10. Ooh, okay. So we have 10, and we'll be getting them every 13. Yeah, we only need one. And then this guy, the uranium-238, we could basically belt off of here and just pop it over. We could just do a, especially before it becomes an issue, say priority right, filter, not those, filter these guys. Meaning that no matter what, it won't come by. So that gets rid of that. Oh, I don't know if I said this, but originally I had blues right here, little blue exporters or inserters, and they were taking out the uranium-235 as well. So I had to change them to filter inserters and make sure they didn't do that. So yeah, this guy will easily get its stuff in. Basically, we would only just need a an extra belt for, say, let's see, we'll put it there, reverse it. Oh, not right there. Jeez. So reverse it. We'll need one of these, and it just needs to say iron. So we'll bring some iron in basically right here, and uranium-235. No, I don't need that. I need this guy. And that guy. Oh, that's a little, I did that off, but it's fine. Nope, I think it's right there. Yep. And this guy will pull in as well. And this is mostly so we can have just a little bit of storage with it. No real other reason than that. And then we would basically output, let's take that off. We'll put an inserter right there, and could output, say, to another chest right there, and then like could have something that leads to, say, a reactor, right? And in fact, what I would do is I would put it like so. And is that right? Oh, I see what I did. I'm like, what is wrong with that? Yeah. Alright. Whatever. Anyway, I would put like one of those on just to make sure it balanced and all that stuff. And we'd either put it on a train or put it in a reactor directly, but the reactors, like I said, we're just going to kind of leave it to the blueprints that other people have built because it's too complicated for me. It's really not, but whatever. So yeah, now we've got those guys running. Eventually, it would fill this up, which would fill this up, which would fill that up, which would be our reactor stuff. All right, cool. And I think, I could be wrong on this, I think you can use these as fuel cells, and it might be these. Nuclear fuel. Yeah, vehicle acceleration 250%. 180%. Like, what are we using right now? We're using the solid fuel. 120%. 250. That's over twice as fast anyway. You can put this stuff into, say, like, trains, and it just, like, makes them blazingly fast. But you can also put... We might think about that at some point in the future, especially when we have trains running all over the map. But right now, not so much. Anyway... I think this is going to be it for the episode, so if you guys liked it, please leave a like on it. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode!